guys, welcome to Freebird's View. This is the second part of coronavirus data analysis. So let's restart. So here are the libraries that we use in that analysis. So you can see, and now we have to just get the data. In this analysis, I get the data and directly from the raw GitHub link. You can get the raw GitHub link from here. It's like this is the GitHub repository from where I get the data. As you can see, I can get the raw data directly from here because in this repository the data gets updated every single day. So you do not need to download every time a single repository again and again. This is the raw link. I can copy this link and directly paste it here. So with the help of this link you can get data updated every day. So you do not need to download the repository again and again and again to get the new data. So I can just run this and run this, and as you can see I have the data which has the columns, these columns, and after these 4 columns I have all the dates and the respective cases on that dates. So as you can see we do not need this provenance and state column, so we just simply drop that column here and into the data, and we just need these all columns right here. So you can check over all the data frames that we have for the null values, and as you can see there are no null values here. And now we simply got the data of confirmed deaths and recovered only for their dates. Here we do not need the countries or states or their positioning, so we just get the data like this. With the help of this you can get the keys are the columns, so you can get all the confirmed columns, the columns that are present in the confirmed data frame in this variable. So I use the log function here. The log function can get all the rows and only these columns from that confirmed data frame. So from the 4th column means that from this column it can get the columns till there. So here we have all the modified databases that have only the dates as columns and their respective cases. So as you can check, so here we have the only dates columns as in there, and you can see in our deaths 2 also, deaths 2 also has the same details, only the date columns are there, and recovered also. See, and now this is the most important part in our analysis, that we have to extract the data of 5 countries, the countries you want, and all the important information that we need in analysis. So here we can get the dates. As you know, our these data frames only have date as columns, so we can simply extract all the dates from here. So I can use this and get all the dates in the date variables. So now we have make a blank lists that named I use for the world cases, total deaths, mortality rate, recovery rate, total recovered, and total active. With the help of this I can get information about all the world, and as you can see I can get data of 5 countries, so I choose these 5 countries as for my analysis, and China, Italy, US, Spain, and India. So I can get information of these 5 countries on the basis of total cases, total deaths, and total recoveries. And for to get data for this I can simply just for loop on the dates, just like from date 122 to 66. Simply I can confirm sum, this is the variable, and I can just sum up the confirm to I dot sum. So it can just confirm to is our this data frame, so it can simply just confirm the date. So as you know this is the date, it can sum these all numbers and give me the output in this. So for all the dates, I can get their sum values in this column for confirmed cases, for death, and for recoveries. So for this, we have the data of all the world. So we can simply put or simply append these variables into the blank list we can made here. So confirmed is our the total cases, total deaths, total recoveries, and for total active we just simply we have the confirmed sum minus deaths minus recovered. We can get the active cases in total involved. So calculate the mortality rate and the recovery rate. I can simply do like this, that is total deaths divided by total cases. And similarly for the recovery rate, I can use total recovered divided by total cases. So with the help of this, I can get the mortality rate and the recovery rate. And now the turn is to get the data for our countries that I choose from the confirmed data frame. Confirmed data frame is the data frame that I extracted here. So this data frame has the column country and region. So with the help of this column country and region, I can get the data of confirmed cases for India, China, Italy, US and Spain from this data frame. And similarly for deaths and recovered, I can use these data frames as well. Just like here is the confirmed, and now here is the deaths, and similarly here is the recovered. Uh, so I can get all the datas in the respective lists that I make. And now we have to make a function, and this function can check for the increase in daily cases in different aspects, just like in confirmed cases, in deaths and in recovered. So you can check increase in daily basis in those all three aspects. So this function just simply do like this. It can for loop on the data frame. If there are no increase, then it can just append the data like this. And if there is increase, just there is are the values, there are different values, just like for today is 1, for tomorrow is 2. So it just simply 2 minus 1, there is 1 increase in the 2 days. So else similarly it can do like this. It can just simply minus the today's data from the yesterday's data. So with the help of this, we can get the increase cases daily for our data frame. So I can apply this function on our world cases, India, China, Italy, US and Spain. For only total cases are here. These are the total cases. These are total deaths. These are the total recovers. So I can apply data on both, on all the lists that we make above. So you can get all the increased cases daily for all the respective data frames. So now I have to visualize for our world. I have to visualize for our world, like there are how many cases increase in all over the world, how many deaths and how many recoveries, total cases are active. So I can just simply visualize the data. So to visualize, I use the Plotly. Plotly library. Plotly library has a Go function. So I can simply call the Go function, and its scatter function, scatter plot I can use. So here the x is the dates, that word class dot dates that I can. As you can see here, I use the data frame function of the pandas to make a data frame of our list in the world cases. So now I made the data frames from the list that we make above, just like this world cases, and the list I make is this. I can append all the confirmed cases in that list, and total deaths in this, total recovered in this, total active in this. So I can just simply make data frames from the for that. I can use the pandas data frame function, and the dates values that I get here. So I can just simply call their values and make a column for that, that is dates. And similarly I can make all the 4 data frames with the help of pandas.dataFrame function. So this it's separate. As you can see, we have the world cases and total death and total recovered cases, total active cases, and I can make data frames for that. Now I have just to visualize the data. To visualize, I just use the Plotly library, and in Plotly library there is a function called Go function. With the help of Go function, I can make scatter plots for that. For scatter plot, I use the x-axis as dates and y-axis as the total number of cases. So as you can see, I use trace 1 for world cases, trace 2 for total deaths, trace 3 for total recovered, and trace 4 total active. So I can make 4 traces for these 4 data frames. These 4 traces are used to make 4 lines in our graph. 4 lines in our graph with the respective cases. I can use the color to mark these 4 lines with different colors, so it is easily to distinguish. Uh, so it is easily to distinguish between them. So now simply just run this. As you can see that the total cases are still increasing day by day. Also total number of active cases and recovery are also increasing, but the death is uh, I think it's increasing, but in a very small rate. So now we just have a short comparison between mortality rate and the recovery rate, and I simply use that again trick to make a data frame from the list and the dates as their uh, column values. So I can, as you can see, I can use trace 1 and trace 2. Simply I can use here trace 1 and trace 2. These two trace 1 is for the mortality rate, trace 2 is for the recovery rate, and after this run I can get this. As you can see that the recovery rate is rapidly increasing and mortality rate is decreasing. So it's a good news for us. As you can see, it is decreasing day by day and it is increasing day by day. So it's a very good, big good news. So now we just have to make comparison between the 5 countries that we choose: India, China, Italy, and US. So with the help of this function data frame, I can create data frames for those 5 countries as well with the help of their respective lists of cases and the dates. Uh, so now I had just to visualize the data for those 5 countries that I choose. So I use the Plotly library for that, and for Plotly library I use the Go function. And as you can see, I can use the Plotly library Go function as here, plotly.graph objects as Go. So with the help of this Go, I can make scatter plots that are more interacting. So here I can just simply use the x-axis as dates and y-axis as the cases in India, in China, in Italy, and US, and Spain as well. So just copy paste this trace one and change the values for dates, and India you can just simply make many more plots with the help of this, and at last I can just add all the traces in my figure and just show that. So as you can see, the cases in US are increasing rapidly. So it's a big alarming rate for USA. And now, as you can see here, I think the India is now surpassing Italy and Spain. So it's a bit risky for us. And now there is a death comparison between all the 5 countries. So simply use that same data frame trick. This data frame trick will help you to get the data from lists as well. So that's why I use this trick many times in this analysis. So again, you can get the deaths. So as you can see, the deaths in USA are still increasing, and India is now surpassing China in the case of deaths now. So it's again a bad news. And recoveries, it's my favorite part. And I can make the data frames for recoveries from the lists as well, and now just plot that. And as you can see, the recoveries for USA are increasing. So it's a good news for USA as well. And now, as you can see, the India is now surpassing China in the case of recoveries now, and Italy and Spain are also going well. So it's a very good news for all those five countries. And now to just as I can write here, I can just a world map view. I can just want a world map view for all the countries that we have in a data frame. So for that, I use the PyCountry library. PyCountry library is a library that is used to just convert a country name into its alpha codes. Alpha codes are the codes that are used to visualize the country on a map in Plotly. As you can see, I can use alpha 3. So the library that I used, it uses the alpha 3 codes for that. In Plotly, I can only use the alpha 3 code for a country name. So I can just add row wise cases. Row wise, like uh, as you can see here. So here are the countries and this is the cases. So row wise, like I can get the cases of Afghanistan in total number and Albania in total number. Like I can get the cases Afghanistan, and these all cases are sum up and give me the output. So for this I used this trick to get the row wise cases, and then I can just simply put it in a data frame df cases. And now I want the alpha code for that, and to get the alpha code I just make a variable and put my countries in that variable, and for that I just simply a for loop in countries and get the alpha name for each countries that I have in my this variable. So to get the countries for variables, there are some countries that are not available in the PyCountry database. So for that is just put NA for that, and we just do not need for that. We can just simply uh, drop those countries from our clean country wise data frame. So after that I can make a DA. DA is the data frame that has the alpha codes. So here I can make two data frames, DF for cases, DA for the codes, and now I have make a country wise cases like ISO alpha, country and cases. So ISO alpha, country and cases, I can make concatenation for both the data frames. DA is the alpha codes, country is our that is the country data frame that I used, and now DF cases is the DF cases. This. So here I can just drop the NA values from here, and now I can just sort the values according to the most cases and the least cases. And so just you can see we can get the ISO alpha codes respective to their countries and cases. So now I just have to make a plot. This plot is the globe plot. It's like the whole globe. We can mark all the countries here. So with the help of px is again a plotly function. With the help of this, I can make a geographical plot for that, and I can use this data frame, country-wise cases and locations is the ISO alpha. As you can know, that this plot only use the alpha code. So that's why I convert each country name into their alpha code, and the color is for the country and region, hover is on country, and size is the cases. मतलब that means that if there are more number of cases, its circle is more bigger. So I can just simply show to you. So as you can see here, so this is our geographical plot. As you can see, the countries with the most number of cases have bigger circles, and the with the least have lower circles. You can just zoom out in. So you know that United Kingdom, Spain, France, Germany, Italy. So this is the just a geographical plot for that. That's why I just convert the country name into the ISO codes. And now, as we know, this is the as you know that we make a function of increase daily cases. So now it's time to visualize for that also. So as you know that world cases increases. This is the increase in daily basis. Just increase in 1 day, increase in 2 day, increase on third day, increase on fourth day. This is the increase numbers. So I can just make a world increase for cases, for deaths, and for recoveries. So again I use that Ponder data frame trick, and now just simply make a scatter plot for that. Now as you can see here, this is the cases. As you can see that cases are fluctuating day by day, but it's still increasing, and recoveries are also increasing day by day, and but the deaths are, I think it's decreasing now, and yes, it's decreasing. As you can see, it's decreasing from 5,000 to 3,000. So it's a good news that the daily increase of cases is decreasing by deaths. And now for India, China, Spain, US, and as well, we can also get the daily increase. And for that daily increase, I can just simply make a plot for that. As you can see that for US, the daily increase is now decreasing, and for India, it is increasing. It's total risky now, but for China, it is stable now, and for Italy and Spain, it is decreasing day by day. That's a good news for Italy and Spain. And for the deaths, I can simply just make a data frame for that and then again plot it. And for deaths, India's deaths are still increasing, and US deaths are decreasing day by day, day by day. And as you can see that Spain has no more deaths anymore. And for the recoveries as well, you can see recoveries in US is also very increasing, and also in India recovery is increasing as day by day well, and Spain and China has no recoveries till 3-4 days. So this is the COVID-19 data analysis part 2. I hope you guys like it. Please like, subscribe, and share this video as much as you can. Thank you.